In this video, we'll be looking at how we can upload a flat file onto an S3 environment using Python. To achieve this, we'll be using a boto3 package, which is an AWS SDK to access resources on AWS environment. So once we've imported this package into the Python script, we would also need an AWS access key ID and AWS secret access key of the AWS environment. Now, these two things can be generated by the admin of the AWS console. And in case you want to understand how you can generate it, you can refer to the link attached with the video. Post this will identify which file do we need to move from our local environment and place the address of that file within this variable. Then we'll also identify in which S3 bucket do we want to push that file and place the name of the S3 bucket in the bucket name variable. And then we will also place in our folder and subfolder structure within our S3 bucket where we want to write that file or where we want to upload that specific file along with the name that we want to designate to that specific file. Once you've defined all of these variables, we'll be creating a function to push the file or to upload a file onto the S3 environment. Now, this function is a three-step process where, first of all, we're creating a session to log in into the AWS environment. Then we are creating an object to access the resources of AWS environment and specifically the S3 object. And then we are calling a method on the S3 object to upload a file. Now, if when we are creating a session, we are passing our AWS access key ID and secret access key to log in and create a session. Once a successful session is created, we are creating an object to access the resources of S3 environment. And then we are calling out a method here in which we are passing our parameters called the local source file, which is the address of the local file, and the bucket name where we want to write that file, and then the target, basically the subfolder in the folder structure within that specific bucket along with the file name. Post this, we'll jump onto our main block where we are calling this function. And once you have called this, you will see that the file is uploaded into your S3 environment. Now, this specific use case can be coupled with a lot of data engineering pipelines where we have some files being generated at a specific location, and then we would need them to be used in our data pipelines through S3. So we can use these scripts to automatically push these files onto an S3 environment and then trigger the following scripts